It is another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the two films of June 20th, 2008. Two comedies. One good, the other really bad. And I think you can tell from the two that we're going to look at here which one's the good one and which one is the bad one. So let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. Let's start off with the biggest of the two comedy hits that came out this weekend. I should say, not comedy hits. One was a comedy hit, the other was not. Let's talk about Get Smart. I mean, pretty much it's straight for the television series, which of course led to Don Adams becoming the success that he was, created by Mel Brooks and Buck Henry. And in this one, you have Maxwell Smart, played by Steve Carell, who dreams of becoming a real field agent and a better spy. And of course, he has Agent 99, played by Anne Hathaway, the Chief, played by Alan Arkin, the Leader of Chaos, played by Terrence Stamp. You see Dwayne Johnson there, Ken Davitan from Borat, in one of his movies that came out after Borat did. I guess they were trying to set him up to be the next big comedy star, and I think he actually kind of disappeared after this, if I'm not mistaken. But also James Caan is in this movie too. Directed by Peter Siegel, who I've talked about him before on many occasions. He's that really good comfort food comedy director. When I need a good comedy that doesn't need to be smart or clever, he makes it work. I mean, this is the guy that did The Naked Gun 33 1/3. He did My Fellow Americans. He did Nutty Professor to the Clumps. What was the one he did? What was the most recent one he did? The Longest Yard, 50 First Dates, Anger Management. Yeah, he did all those movies. I could have sworn I thought he didn't do another one, but once again, he delivers a very good comfort food comedy. And for Steve Carell, he really needed this after a year before, where Evan Almighty was this big summer blockbuster that was supposed to come out and be the next big thing, and it just failed miserably. This one was a much bigger success for him. It was only made for $80 million, and it made $230 million worldwide. And the movie just works. It's a really funny movie. Steve Carell is just pitch perfectly casted as Maxwell Smart. He has nice chemistry with Anne Hathaway. Alan Arkin's really good as the Chief. Terrence Stamp is really good playing the Leader of Chaos. There's only one weak link to the movie, and that is surprisingly Dwayne Johnson. Even though his role here is perfectly fine, it leads into a problem I'm going to get into in a little bit here. But the movie overall is really funny. It's a really clever movie, a really slick film that delivers a nice modern remake of the original series. Everything's been modernized for the 21st century, but it never steers away from what the purpose of the show was all about. It never steers away from that, and it's definitely one of the better TV series adaptations overall. I'm kind of glad they never made a sequel to this, honestly. They've been talking about doing it for a long time, but then they finally just shelved it after Alan Arkin passed away, which, yeah, 15 years later, it's already too late at this point to do a sequel. And if you're going to do one movie, I'm fine with that. It's a good one-movie film. I will say, though, there is one thing about the film that I really did not like about this movie, and it's kind of nitpicky, but it also kind of plays into the plot of the movie where, the whole thing is that they're trying to find out find out if there's a double agent within Control, and they think that they found him, and guess who they think it's going to be? They think it's Maxwell Smart because, he knows things that everybody else shouldn't know. Somebody from Control would know. And I know we got to do that here, but here it's played out as you think it's going to be. It's a thing where it's just like a big misunderstanding, and that's one of those cliches I really don't like. And I personally didn't think they didn't do a good job at it. But like I said, they do it very quickly. It's not something where it completely destroys the film overall. It goes on way too long. But also at the same time, I mean, come on. Steve Carell, Anne Hathaway, Alan Arkin, Dwayne Johnson. Which one of those four do you think would be a double agent for Control? And if it's the one you think you're thinking of here, yeah, I'm not going to say who it is, but anybody is of those four names, which one of those do you think is the double agent? Honestly. Like I said, I'm not going to say who it is, but if you can't figure it out by now, then I don't know what to tell you. But again, it's nitpicky. It didn't really, like I said, it didn't hurt the movie overall. I still found it really enjoyable. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was very funny, and it's a really good film overall. I mean, it's interesting that they made a DVD spin-off film that came out 11 days after this movie did. I guess they filmed this around the same time. This movie did, because I think Warner Brothers was trying to jump into the direct-to-DVD game after Disney, Disney had so much success with it. This was actually the last year Disney had a couple of straight to DVD movies that didn't really pan out as well as they probably would have. But Warner Brothers was Warner Brothers was trying to get into the game. They had Warner Premiere. They had already released a couple of DC animated movies, and I think this was one of their first live action ones they did. I'll delve more into that at the end of the year when we take a look at the leftover films. Get Smart's Bruce and Lloyd Out of Control, which features the two tech guys, Masayoka from Heroes and Nate Torrance. But we'll talk about that one at the end of the year. That's also a pretty good one too. But overall, like I said, it delivers on what you expect from a Get Smart movie. It's a very good film. It's definitely one of the better TV adaptations overall. I had a good time with it. I still think it holds up very well after all these years. It's a good movie. I really like it. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the other comedy that came out this weekend. The one that did not do very well, and for obvious reasons. And the one that, confession time, when I came out of this movie is for the first time, I didn't hate it. I thought it was actually kind of fun, and I felt that way for at least the next 24 hours. And then as time went on and I realized what had gone on in the movie and thought back on it, and I thought to myself, what the hell was I thinking when I said I liked The Love Guru?
Comedy.
I'm amazed that I thought that this was a good movie after I came out of it. No joke. What I said at the beginning there was 100% true. I did not come out of this movie hating it at first. It literally took me a day, and after I saw the movie, I was at the mall when Boskos was there, and I was thinking about this movie again. I'm thinking to myself, why did I give this movie a decent review? Why did I like this movie? Why did I come out of this movie thinking I was liking it? Yeah, and you can see why from that trailer alone, but in the film, you have Mike Myers playing Pitka, a guru who is tasked with revitalizing the Toronto Maple Leafs hockey team. The team have been plagued with losses, and their star player suffers a marital tragedy that throws him off his game. In order for Pitka to become the next Deepak Chopra, he must help them actualize their potential to win the Stanley Cup. That's the movie. That's what they think this is entertainment, and yeah, this movie is fucking awful. I mean, I don't think I need to tell you why this movie is bad, but let's go back to that trailer again, and you can just see from the trailer alone everything that's wrong with this movie. Like, the pointless comedy, the terrible comedy, the really bad CG on young Mike Myers there, the fact that Vern Troyer plays the coach of the hockey team, and his office is a literal miniature. Just like, why? I get it. Mini-Me is the hockey coach, but that does not mean you have to make the room miniature. I mean, Justin Timberlake is terrible in this movie. He's given bad comedy. Everybody's given bad comedy to do. Jessica Alba is the love interest. I mean, Jessica Alba, good lord, talk about a way to kill your career within a span of a few years. I mean, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, Good Luck Chuck, Awake, The Eye, and now The Love Guru. And this isn't even the bottom of the barrel for her. We still have yet to get to Little Fockers in a couple of years, but, like, everything that you can think of that's wrong with this movie is wrong with this movie. Mike Myers can be very funny. He's proved it in the past. He's great as Wayne from Wayne's World. He's great as Shrek. He's great as Austin Powers. Here, it's like the Cat in the Hat, but worse. Everything you could say about this movie is just absolutely horrible. The whole idea of this movie is that this guy is supposed to be the ultimate love guru who knows about the art of love, but there's literally a scene where the guy he's trying to help is literally telling him, how can you be a love guru if you've never fallen in love before? And it's just like, exactly, that's a good point. Like, what are you even doing? Like it would be like me saying I'm the greatest film critic in the world. I don't care. Nobody's ever said that to me about that, but I'm just giving it my own self-proclamation, because that's what he does with this. He self-proclaims himself to be the greatest guru in the world, and the whole thing is just like, I need to become the next Deepak Chopra. It's just like, dude, you've already surpassed Deepak Chopra in the way that you overhype your sessions. In the beginning of the movie, there's a whole section where you have all these different cameos from all these different actors in here: Jessica Simpson, Val Kilmer, Mariska Hargitay, who they use as a faux Hindu greeting, and usually, if that's a running gag, you save it towards the very end of the movie, and then she shows up. But no, she shows up within the first 20 minutes of this movie. This movie clearly does not give a fuck at all. I mean, and John Oliver's in this movie. John Oliver, man, like, the guy can be really hilarious. He's everything that we need right now in this world with Last Week Tonight. But good lord, man. You know how there's examples of many of the late night hosts we have now. They try to go to, they start their careers off after they leave their thing with movies and all that. Seth Meyers had that stretch before he went back to late night television. Jimmy Fallon had that for a couple of years. Jay Leno had that. Yeah, there's a good reason why John Oliver's not making movies anymore, because of stuff like this and the Smurfs, and yeah, just. Don't even get me started on Ben Kingsley, man. I mean, talk about an embarrassment to his career. Everything that this guy has done since Gandhi, like, nothing pales in comparisons to this right here. This is the bottom of the barrel for Ben Kingsley. I mean, this is absolutely the worst possible thing that this dude has ever done in his career. He is literally acting like a fool. He's literally acting like a stupid idiot. He's acting like a jerk that really is... Like, why would anybody take what he says seriously? He is like the dude pisses inside of a, he pisses inside of something. I can't remember what it was, but it's just like, this is Gandhi. This is the guy that was in Gandhi, Bugsy, Schindler's List. This guy had a career before this, and, everything that he's done since then, this is the bottom of the barrel. This is the absolute worst thing he's ever done. This is the film that killed Mike Myers' comedy career at this point. I mean, Dana Carvey's probably looking at this and going like, hey man, thanks for doing this for me, man, because finally people can stop getting on my back about The Master of Disguise. The Master of Disguise is much better it's like Citizen Kane compared to this pile of garbage right here. I mean, have I gotten past the point where I don't need to say anymore? I'll say this. If you're even going to think about watching this movie again, the moment the movie really just comes to the screeching halt that it does is when, in the final scenes of the movie, where the Toronto Maple Leafs have somehow made the Stanley Cup, which, yeah, BS right there, because have you seen how bad the Toronto Maple Leafs are? Have you seen how cursed they are? I mean, this is a team that literally got beat once by a Zamboni driver that played for the other team when their other goalie was out, and he beat the Toronto Maple Leafs on his own. He works for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and this movie says, no, we're that close to a Stanley Cup. Like, get out of here. But the point I'm trying to make here is that during the last bit of scenes in the hockey thing, what's Pitter's plan to save the day and get Romany Malco's confidence back up? Have two elephants banging in the middle of a hockey arena. That's it. Why is this working? They won't tell you. Why is this something that needs to happen? They're not going to tell you. They think it's funny, and no, it's not funny. It's the bottom of it's the bottom of the barrel. And the more and more I talk about this movie, it is amazing that this is not one of the worst movies I've ever seen. If it's not in my top 30, but this probably would be right next to it. I mean, 31 maybe 32, but yeah, this movie is awful. Everything about this movie is awful, and I could not believe I thought this was a good movie at one point, and just, I'm flabbergasted by it. I mean, this isn't as bad as me comparing Larry the Cable Guy Health Inspector to the Naked Gun, but it's pretty damn close. I mean, I've got nothing else for you. I've got nothing else to say. This is absolutely one of the worst pieces of garbage you will ever see. This is the second worst movie I saw in 2008. I mean, it's that bad of a movie. It's one of the worst abominations I have ever seen in my entire life. Have I convinced you not to watch this movie? Even though it's been, 17 years now? You probably haven't watched this movie. Don't watch this movie. I'm begging you not to watch this movie. And I'm coming up on 8 minutes now, me telling you, don't watch this, because you will not last. You will go crazy just like I did in this whole thing right here. I hate this movie so much. So, yeah. I think you get the point. Love Guru is absolutely a waste of time, and there ain't nothing to love about it. And, yeah, Mike Myers, you should be ashamed of your goddamn self, man. So with that happy little bit of material I gave you right there, that's going to wrap up this edition of Time About the Movies. And next time around, we will definitely have much better movies, because we're going to talk about one of my favorite movies of all time, Disney and Pixar's Wall-E, and also Angelina Jolie, James McAvoy, and Morgan Freeman starring in Wanted. So definitely a much better set of films than we had this time around here. But with all that said, I'm heading off. So thank you very much for watching. And if you did enjoy this video and that rambling I did for the Love Guru, please go ahead and hit the plays on the next page. Check out the previous episode. Also, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification button, and the bell. And you get updates on when new videos come out. And we do post new videos here every day. So with all that said, I'm off. I'll see you guys next time. And until then, as always, take care.